As debate rages on whether presidential hopefuls Uhuru Kenyatta and William Ruto could possibly vie for the presidency if charges on crimes against humanity facing them at the ICC are confirmed, the body mandated to oversee the implementation of the Constitution has come out to set the record straight. CIC says there was no legislation currently in place to effectively administer Chapter 6 of the Constitution on leadership and integrity. Further, CIC says in the absence of such legislation, it is still not known what penalties may be imposed on any serving public officer for the contravention of the said principles. An opinion that contradicts that held by Justice and Constitutional Affairs Minister Mutula.
I consider it the height of impunity to appear to be taking a court of law for granted and to be chest thumping and saying irregardless, because you don't know what they will say. The court might even order an arrest.
According to Chapter 6 of the Constitution, a person is disqualified from being elected a member of parliament if the person is subject to an imprisonment of at least 6 months by the date of their registration as a candidate or at the date of election, or if found to have misused or abused a state office or public office. However, it goes ahead to clarify that one is not disqualified under the same reasons unless all possibilities of appeal or review of the relevant sentence or decision are exhausted, but a section of the civil society begs to differ.
If the person that the courts have affirmed as being somebody who they think it warrants further investigation on is in a position to influence, possibly, the proceedings of the case. And I think that's the perspective from which one needs to look at this.
Clearly, there's unwillingness. Clearly, there's inability. There is a police force. There's been no investigations. There's been nothing coming forth. So we'll be petitioning to have this special tribunal put in place, no matter what happens at The Hague.
The CIC statement further says that the only legal provisions that call for suspension of public officers charged with offences are in the Anti-Corruption and Economic Crimes Act, which require a public officer to be suspended once they are charged with economic crimes. It says the absence of an Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission robs Kenyans an opportunity to establish a framework for the vetting of persons seeking appointive or elective positions into public offices. CIC now wants the drafting of the bill on leadership and integrity hastened. Chris Dairu, Citizen Weekend.